I'm 40 years old, and I've got 3 children, 2 separate mums, and I'm brassic. I'm cash poor, but asset rich, hugely, and to try to be able to give some provision for my 3 children in the event of anything happens to me. And particularly, I don't want to sound rude here, I don't want the money to go to their mothers.
I'm assuming you're not married to the 2 mothers.
No. So not married. So I just, I've had relationships with these 2 mothers. Things didn't work out, and for me, it's this new world. It's kind of I'm sitting. I live in London. I live in North London, and I would just like to be able to provide something for them, and it's only for them.
How old are your kids?
They are 18, 18, 12, and 11.
Right. And all in full-time education, I assume. Is the 18-year-old in full-time education?
Yeah, they're all in full-time education. And now my daughter, she wants to do driver lessons. So I'm paying for her driver lessons.
Yep. And you said you're asset-rich, very asset-rich, but cash poor. Are the assets in property?
Yeah, so I work, and I'm sure you're familiar with this. I'm living in London, where I'm making lots of money, but I can't spend it. Yeah, but
where are your assets? Are they in property? Are they in?
It's all in property, and in the last 2 years, I put lots of money into like an investment trading platform, and that has grown exponentially, like ridiculously. But the thing about it is, I don't know what to do with it, because I don't know how to manage. I don't have any idea about how to manage it.
Mark, I've got to ask you. You don't have to answer, but I do have to ask you. What's your net worth?
Maybe about 1.5 million.
Have you thought of paying for legal advice?
Maybe advice. I've got no. I don't know where to start.
You don't know where to start. What about investment advice? Do you have an independent financial advisor?
No. All I do is, someone said to me about 3 years ago. For me, it's just like, I have a job, so I have 9 to 5, and that pays that's my day-to-day money. But then, because I don't really have, I don't have a drinking habit, I don't have a drug habit, I just save all of my money, and then so that money goes into this investment trading platform, and it just keeps on building up. It keeps on accumulating. And then, I look after my kids. I do everything that I can do.
Okay, all right, Mark. So there is a very easy way to achieve what you want to achieve, and that's set up a trust for your 3 children, so that you put the money into the trust, you say how it should be invested, whether in shares or whatever it might be, and then it is held on their behalf, so their mothers cannot get hold of the money. It's held on their behalf until they reach an age that you have set. Now, I'm assuming that's going to be beyond 18, since one of your children is already 18. Let's say you say they should get the money aged 30, or when the youngest is 30. The trust is set up that way. Any solicitor can set up a trust. It's very basic work for any high street solicitor. However, if your money is held in real estate, in property, it's going to be harder to give cash and put cash into a trust.
So may I ask?
Very briefly, Mark.
Yeah. So I'm intending to be mortgage free in 2 years. So do I need to wait until I'm mortgage free?
No, you don't need to wait until you're mortgage free. So you either sell the properties and pay off what's left on any mortgage to generate the money to put into a trust, or you transfer ownership of the properties to your children and have those properties held on trust for your children until they reach a certain age. And that stops their mothers getting hold of the money. It's a dead certain way of doing it. And as I say, any solicitor can set that up for you for not a huge amount of money.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for the call. And it is lovely to hear people thinking of their children.